can see her lying back in her satin dress, in a room where you do what you don't confess. Sundown, you better take care if I find you've been creeping round my back stairs. Sundown.
Happy Homebrew Wednesday, everybody. I'm gonna go free verse on this one. I have no script. I never really have a script, but now I really have no script. Probably gonna show a little footage right now of a little gift I got from Nate Pika. Happy Homebrew Friday. Sorry, I missed my Homebrew Wednesday on Wednesday because this guy was deathly ill. Really bad. I was in a really bad way on Wednesday. Was kind of okay yesterday. Today I'm good. It was just a stomach bug. It wasn't any of that other nasty stuff. But this is a very special day because I have never had this before. I mean, I've had it, I've brewed it, but I've never had the original Dropkick Nate. And Nate was nice enough to send me a very generous package with a lot of really cool stuff. I mean, cool stuff in it. And I am beside myself with excitement right now. And one, I'm just happy because I haven't been able to drink beer in a while. But yeah, Dropkick Nate. So happy to have this. Finally, thank you, Nate. Like I said, I've brewed this like probably 3 or 4 times. Couple of times where I followed it to the T, a couple of times where I changed up, some stuff either by purpose on accident. But look at this beer. This thing is gorgeous. Poured it a little too aggressively, but look at this thing. That thing is crystal clear, beautiful straw color, deep straw color. Looks like a lager. Looks just like a lager. Look at that thing, man. You can see my ugly mug all the way through there. You can see the color of my eyes through this thing. The cool thing about Dropkick Nate, and like I said, I brewed it a couple of times, and I don't know if it's something about the grain. He uses what is it? Gold Pills Vienna, I want to say. Is it Gold Pills? I think it's Gold Pills. No, Bonlander Munich. He puts Bonlander Munich in it. And then his 2 hop choices. I won't give too much away because I know he gives a recipe, if you ask him for it. But something about the whirlpool of those hop oils, I don't know if it's that or if it's the grain bill, that Bonlander Munich, but something makes this pillowy white head, and it's got great head retention. I don't remember if there's any gold or if there's any carapels. I don't think there is. I think he does this all with hop oils, if I'm not mistaken. Correct me if I'm wrong, Nate. But I don't think there's any carapels in this thing. Which the head on this thing is just beautiful. So, and this is just a gorgeous. This is actually prettier than the ones I make. It's the original, of course. So just get a nose. Yeah, I call it the bubble gum. I get a little bit of that aroma when I do mine. It's the two hop choice he puts in here. I think it does that. I've had some New England IPAs from Commonwealth that use the same hop combination that he uses for Dropkick Nate, and it has a similar, kind of bubblegum smell. So anyway, looks terrific, smells terrific. Damn it, I know it's going to taste terrific too. Cheers, Nate. That is just perfection of a pale ale. It is, man. Super clean, perfect bittering, absolutely flawless, recipe, brew process. I mean, this thing is beautiful. Now, yeah, I understand why so many people brew it. Mine's pretty good, but it's nothing compared to this. This thing is the bomb. The mouthfeel in this thing is terrific. It has like a really nice kind of good carbonation and creamy mouthfeel at the same time. Really, really nice. Wow. I gotta drink this one kind of slow because I'm still kind of, you know, I'm a little skittish, and I don't want to knock myself out of the running again. But god damn, Nate, this is so good. I remember for a while, you guys in the Midwest were sending me these, you know, Moon Mans. What was it? I forget the brewery. I think it's in Wisconsin or Illinois. But they have Moon Man, they have Spotted Cow, whatever the brewery is. And it's just a really good pale ale. That's exactly what this thing is. This thing is just something that you want this on tap. This is like a house beer. This is just like, I want to watch a game. I just got home from work. I want to drink a beer. I mean, this is a all-purpose beer right here. It's tasty, it's pretty, it's clean. You could do multiple one of these. The ABV is pretty low. I think it's like 5.2 or something. Yeah, it's just, wow. I mean, and normally 5.2, it's, you know, sorry, when I try to do a 5.2 beer, I usually have to top off because my, you know, brew setup won't let me get all the way down on the sparge when I need to get to a 5.2% beer, given the volume of my setup. So I have to end up topping it off a little bit, and I don't like topping it off because then it kind of messes with the flavor and all that. But this is, you know, this is full flavor at a 5.2. It's, you know, super good. And again, look how pretty that beer is. I need to clean this off. Look how clear that thing is, man. That thing is gorgeous. Wow. This is perfection right here. Thank you so much, Nate. I really appreciate it. I'm so happy I've finally had a original Dropkick Nate. Cheers. Okay, should have saw a very quick review of Dropkick Nate, right? Man, I love that beer. Can you tell? I need to brew that thing again. I need to brew a lot of beers. I need to get to my local homebrew store and buy a shitload of grain. I'm gonna buy a couple of. I'm gonna plan a visit to him probably this week. I'm gonna pick up 2 big ass bags of grain, a bag of 2-row, a bag of probably Pilsner, because I need to make a bunch of lagers. I'm gonna get a whole bunch of yeast, a whole bunch of hops. I'm gonna start brewing my ass off. I'm gonna start bottling a bunch. I'm gonna start brewing a bunch. I'm gonna brew every single weekend if I can't go out. Stock up a bunch of beer, bottle it, and then, you know, just have a whole bunch of beer males ready to go. I need to do a bunch of lagering. Matter of fact, I need to get another refrigerator. There's a lot of things I need to do. But yeah, I just had some. I'm like a squirrel right now, or a dog's seeing a squirrel. I'm having all these ideas of things that I need to do to increase my ferment capability. So I want to do a bunch of lagers. I also want to do, I think, a Brett. Maybe I'll do a Brett lager. That'd be fun too. Anyway, can you tell that a lot of stuff's going through my head right now? This coronavirus is working at home, teleworking, which is what I'm doing. Gives me no distractions, and like right now, I'm working on a project where I have to come up with a lot of concepts and be very creative. So it's all day long of thinking, producing things from scratch in my head and codifying that on paper, and it's or on, you know, the word processor, you know, PowerPoint, Excel, and all that. And man, when you don't have any distractions, you always kind of complain because at work I have a bunch of distractions and I can never get anything finished, you know, that, you know, as quick as I want to. But there's something to be said for distractions, because I think when you spend a solid day of just focusing on one thing, at the end of the day, you're smoked, and that's kind of where I am right now. So, but anyway, so that's what my mind's going a million miles an hour right now. But got out my packages for my hub. I think everybody has received them except for one who should get them tomorrow. I'll have to check. Maybe they got them today. What is today? Today the 25th? Yeah, today's the 25th. So my last hub person should get theirs tomorrow. And yeah, I'm pretty excited. I had to go do something with my SJ Pour Comp beer today, so that was fun. I might show a little bit of footage of... Hey, what's up, Brew Troopers? All right, so doing a brew day. Doing what I'm going to call social distancing IPA. So it's like a pantry beer. So I had a bunch of Pilsner, Pilsen malt from Breeze. I think it was Breeze. It might have been Dingemans or something. But got about a little over 6 pounds of that. Got some Munich Light. I've got a little bit of Vienna. Got some Caramel 120. I think I found some other Pilsner too. So I'll have to go back and look at the grain bill. It's a whole hodgepodge of stuff. It ends up being right around 13 pounds, I think, just under 13 pounds. About, I guess, 12 and a half pounds of grain. Hops I'm using is going to be Columbus, Eureka, and Galaxy. And the yeast I'm going to be using is Independence Alpha 15, which we got from the 2020 yeast experiment. So that's cool. So I'm doing the sparge right now. That's what I got going in. Looking pretty good color. Just a touch of like maybe a quarter ounce of Crystal 120. That's about all I had to try to give a little bit of caramel, which I kind of like just a tad bit of that in my IPAs. So I think the color's going to be nice. It'll be about normal color. And now the IBUs are going to be a little higher. I'm doing about 70 IBUs for a regular IPA. Those will be probably around 7%, I think. So we'll see how it goes. Cheers. Nice color. Okay, coming up on a hot break and hitting my numbers pretty well. I was going for 10:53, I hit 10:57, so always a sign of a good brew day. All right, let me get back to it. All right, so it's 3:20, I just added the first hot drop. Oh man, it smells good, wish you could smell it. Okay, I miss a lot of it, but time for the whirlpool. I'm at about 180. And this is how I do it. I don't have the fancy ports, and this is about the best I can do. Man, a lot of Eureka, a lot of Galaxy. The day I did on Saturday or Sunday, maybe I think it was Sunday. I brewed an IPA. I'm calling it Social Distancing IPA. It's weird. I hit my numbers on the pre-boil, but then I missed my numbers actually went over on my numbers on the pre-boil and then missed my numbers on the post-boil. Maybe I didn't boil it as hard as I normally do or something. I don't know what happened, but so instead of being a 7%, it's probably going to be about a 6.5% or something like that. So I'll take it. Only thing I'm worried about is I plan the hops based on the kind of on the heavy side. In terms of bitterness, planning on it being a 7%er. So now if it's a 6.5 or 6.4 or even 6.3, I'm hoping I'm not going to have some, harsh bitterness issues, but we'll see. I used Independence, Imperial's Independence, Alpha 15. There was one of the beers in the yeast experiment that used Alpha 15. I really dug it, so I think that was the yeast that I got sent to me from Gary as part of the yeast experiment, Alpha 15 Independent. So that was cool. So I got to use that. And I think the hops, what I used, Galaxy and Eureka. I'd never used a Eureka before. And Columbus for bittering, and then Galaxy and a whole bunch of Galaxy and Eureka's. I got that big 8 ounce, was it 8 ounce or a 6 ounce can of hops that I got at NHC last year. So I used, plenty of that, and then, I got to bust out my, what do you call it? I don't know what you call it. What's that little machine that you take the plastic and you put stuff in and it like dehydrates? A vacuum sealer. I busted out my vacuum sealer and saved the rest of the hops and put them up in the freezer. So this is a must-have for any home brewer that, you know, likes to save his hops. Already did the Galaxy. This is the last ounce of Galaxy. This, I'm going to use this for dry hop. This I'm going to save long term. And it's done. And what a great investment. How about that? So yeah. So anyway, show us all some video from that. Got all my yeast experiment tastings done. I still have to go and upload the scores. Haven't done that yet. It's one thing after another, right? But yeah, I'm gonna start rolling out some lagers, I think. Man, I don't know. There's just not enough time. There's so many things I want to brew, and well, actually I have plenty of time, but I'm also working. But I want to do an IPA too. There's so many things I want to. Actually, I have an IPA, so yeah, I'll knock out some lagers. Probably a Czech Pils next. That's what I'm gonna do. Czech Pils. I don't think I'm gonna do. Yeah, I guess I'll try to do classic first, and then once I do that, then I'll try an imperial and see how it goes. But other than that, I think I'm out of stuff to talk about. So we'll cut it short here. It's only been about 6.5 minutes. Where does time go? Hey, hope you guys are staying safe. Hope you're keeping your social distancing at least 6 feet away from each other. You hear about these morons going around like licking people and, you know, coughing in people's faces on purpose? Jackasses. Anyway, be nice to yourself. Be nice to your family. Don't go crazy. Have a homebrew. Go brew some homebrew so you have some more to drink. And have a very, very happy Homebrew Wednesday. Cheers.